Hello everyone, my name is Cherise. I made my channel Cherise Explores. This is my first video ever, so please bear with me while I trudge through this. I'm just gonna answer the questions in order and kind of explain where my whole journey started and how much fun it's been. So the first question is, when and how did your fountain pen journey begin? So it's actually a really cool story. I've always been in stationery and I've loved calligraphy and writing. I was very lucky at a young age to have my grandmother teach me. She taught me how to write very beautifully. So I've always had a love for the art of handwriting. So my whole life I've done pen pals. So it's really cool to still be doing this at this age, in my adulthood. So I would say really early, but fountain pens specifically, I started watching videos December of 2022. I found all kinds of sites on YouTube, so that's why I was wanting to do this video, because hopefully maybe we can all help bring more people into the community, which I love. Kind of got into the whole goulet, watching the videos, learning, and I bought my first fountain pen. So my first one here, as everybody probably has seen or used or worked with, is the Lamy and the Tourmaline. I definitely have a color preference, as you can probably tell, that I really enjoy using, and that would be blue, teals, green, blue, green, anything in between. That's kind of what I like to say. So December of 2022, I had bought my very first pen in January 1st. That's actually, I was like, let me start this year, let me figure it out. And this is currently where we're at. It quickly grew, which I'm not sad about. It's been very fun. I am a collector at heart. So the second question is, favorite inks in the beginning, and what are your go-to inks now? So one thing I learned early on with the videos was a lot of people said, you can't go through a bottle very quickly. It takes a really long time to get through just a milliliter or two. So a lot of people had suggested samples. So that's exactly what I did. I came in and I'd get the 8 pen, the 8, the sample, 8 samples that you could get from Goulet, or I'd get on Van Ness and get a sample or 2 here. I wouldn't even be going for the free shipping. I would go in, order, 5 or 6 samples, pay for the shipping, get them in. And I'm very happy I actually did that. After about 4 months, I found one that I fell in love with, and that was Diamine Polar Glow. It was beautiful. It was so cool to look at. I mean, just the neatest properties. It had a lot of sheen. The bottle was cool. Like, I just loved it, right? So I continued using that. And then, of course, as time does, I realized that I didn't like or enjoy, I do like them, but I didn't enjoy writing in my daily journaling with a heavy sheener. I would touch it. It wouldn't have been dried, even though if it's been felt like 2 weeks it's been in the book, it'd just be wet still. So my current inks that I go to are more standardized inks or something with like a little bit of sheen. So I always say this wrong, so bear with me. I'll just say the Kujaku, but this is my current favorite ink. Absolutely love these inks. I have 6 bottles in this line now, and I really enjoy them. I recommend everybody to get at least 1 bottle, maybe in your own line, because it's been very easy to use. It works with all my pens. I haven't had any issues cleaning it out, so this is a really good choice. And then I found another brand that I really fell in love with, has been Robert Oster. And this particular one, man, I'm having some new person problems. I'm having some blurry issues. But anyway, so this one is Blue Water Ice. Absolutely love this one. It's so fun how it shades and changes different colors. Let's see, we're on number 3 now. Oh, how have your ink and your pen has changed, or taste have changed over time? So I answered those both together. Sorry about that. Number 4, are there inks and pens that you have yet to try but would like? So I'm very lucky that we have a wonderful pen group here in St. Louis. I've been going since March of 2023. I've found a wonderful group of friends and a community there. So I've been so blessed that every time I've asked for a pen, someone in the group has had it. So that's been lovely. So I definitely recommend, if in your area you have any access to meeting people with pens, Of course, there's a storm. I love it. It's lovely. It's so calming. But if you have anybody that you can meet up with pens, so then you can try out different ones. And that's really given me an idea of what I like and what I like to prefer to go to. Number 5, Holy Grail Pen. You know, I'm kind of one of those people that don't have a Holy Grail pen. I really like to look for bargains. Believe it or not, in this little section here, I've got quite a few pens that you guys are probably familiar with. The Waterman, Mont Blanc, a Pelican. It's the blue and white. And then I've got a Pelican M800 here. I will tell you, I've been very lucky in the fact that I came along a person with the collection that gifted me the Pelican, the Mont Blanc, and the Waterman. I'm beyond grateful. I can't believe that it's something that I get to use, let alone that someone loved and cherished these pens, and the nib is lovely because they used it and they loved it and they wanted them to, you know, take them through tons and tons of pages of journaling, and I feel so lucky to be able to have this person's pens and continue on the tradition and having those. But that kind of goes back to my Holy Grail pen. Sorry if the rain gets too loud. You never really know what's going to fall into your lap or you're going to run into, and I guess that could be the Holy Grail pen, but I never really have one that I'm looking for specifically. I just see something I like, I save for it, and I get it, honestly. I do have a personal cap and price that I keep myself at, but not specifically a Holy Grail pen. The writing's really hard. Number 6, how many pens do you currently own? So I have my whole collection here. I have 20. That kind of leads me into the next question, number 7, which is, do you have a limit on your pen or your inks in your collection? Is it a number? Is it feeling? When do you know that you've reached your maximum? So I don't really have a limit per se. If I came out with something that I really enjoyed or really wanted, you know, I would add it to my collection and not feel any guilt. But in my head at this time, considering I have such a beautiful curated collection at this time, 20's been a really good number for me. So if I see something I really enjoy or really love, I will look at my collection and move something along. So for instance, right now, I have a couple pens in mind that I want to have. So these 3 pens right here, I'm going to be listing for sale on the Reddit Pen Swap because that's what I use. Beautiful pens, lovely writers, nothing wrong with them. Just my time and my story with those are done, and I'm ready to try something new, and they're ones that I'm willing to let go of. So that's kind of how I feel on the limit. And then, so that brought me into number 8 too. I did answer that one as well. So yeah, of course, if anything came out, I would definitely get it. You know, of course, saving is important in our family to make sure that it isn't, you know, an impulse buy. I think the only one that I have ever impulse bought would be this beautiful Esterbrook that I have here. That is the Gold Rush and the Green Frontier. I just absolutely adored it, and I purchased it. Luckily, I got it through Pen Boutique, so they really worked with me. I was able to get a good price. But I like to spend some of my money a little bit more on specialty nibs. So I know that isn't one of the questions, but I did want to touch in on that a little bit. So this is pretty much my whole collection here that you can see. So I have this pen keeper, and then I've got these are both Galen leather pen cases here that we have. I really like the style of them because you can prop them up. You can pull these trays out if you'd like, and they do zip up. So looking at my pens here, I wanted to show you, I do have a few that have specialty grinds on them. I have a Kirkspear Smooth Cursive Italic, which is lovely. I also have a journaler nib by Gina Salarino. Actually, I have a couple of hers. I also have a Perspective grind in my Benu here from her. And I really do suggest out in the community for people to try the specialty grinds because it just adds a whole new zest and fun to your writing. The way I do my pen collection is I have the ones in this larger one that are just sitting and waiting for me to use. I'll rotate them in, and then I'll have these 6 pens that are I like to call my fun pens. So I play with them, I'll ink them up. You know, they're the ones I kind of use for about a month and a half. And then I have my everyday pens in this one. This is the one I take to work. So inside, This was the second pen I ever bought, which is a TWSBI, my daily vanishing point, and then of course my 2 Kavekos, and this one goes for my 5-year. So everything has a purpose in my collection. I try to keep it, that's just my personal preference. I really like to be organized and neat, but I have nothing over what you see here. This is my first video, so I don't really know how to go above and beyond. I know I didn't answer the questions quite in the right order, but hopefully I went through them okay. And thank you for listening, and I hope that this keeps going in the community because it's been a wonderful experience. Thank you.